Welcome to Introduction to Agent Generation with CrowdMaster. I'm John Roper. The building blocks of agent generation in CrowdMaster are a template system. In this template system is the main template node, which holds the geometry and the locations of all the agents. The next is priority-based positioning. Now, this system takes certain positioning nodes and uses the location in which they are in the node tree to calculate their priority and executes each one at a certain phase. So what is a template? A template is the building block of all agents. It holds the geometry and the brain data for all the agents. Okay, let's get started. So, once we have CrowdMaster set up and installed, and you can figure out how to do that on the documentation. Let's leave a 3D view open, and let's open a new node editor. And we can go to the CrowdMaster Agent Generation node tree and create a new one. I'll just name this one Test. Now, let's set up a simple agent to test. Right now, I'm going to start off with a cone. Now I'm going to rotate this on the x-axis by -90 degrees so that it is facing the positive y. As you can see, the rotation says -90 here. So I want to do Control A and apply the rotation, or Object, Apply Rotation. Now it's facing the positive y direction. So let's go back to layer 1 and let's import an object input node. So this is going to input our cone object right here. The next thing we want is the template node, and this will take our geometry into the template. The next thing is, once we're in the template node, the brain type is used for simulation. So this will be the name of the node tree that we will use for simulation. So for this, let's just call this test for now. Now after this, we need our agents to do something. So let's go to the positioning nodes and choose random positioning. For now, I'm going to set number of agents to 25 and radius to 25. Finally, the last thing we have to do is go to Other and Generate. Connect these up and click Generate Agents. Now you can see that many cones have been generated in random locations. Now, what if we don't want them to be random? Well, we can deselect this random positioning and add a formation positioning node. This node allows you to create your agents in a formation. To start, I am going to create 25 agents in 5 rows with a margin of 5 for the rows and a margin of 5 for the columns. Now let's hit generate. Now we can see that these have been generated in rows. If we wanted these rows or columns to be smaller together, we could set the margin to a smaller number. And now they're closer to each other. The last type of positioning we support is target positioning, and there are 2 modes. The first is object mode. Now this mode will create one agent at each location of the selected object. So let's create a number of cubes and pretend these are chairs in a stadium. I'll just make 5 of them. Now we're going to put this into a group called agents, and then we can choose this target objects and choose the agent. Hit generate agents, and you will find that a single cone, actually, let's just go here. A single cone has been added to the location of each of these cubes. Now it may not be perfect but we can fix that later on. The other type of target positioning we have is vertex positioning. In this case, we can choose vertex and just choose our one cube object. Now hit generate agents. In this case, all of the vertices of an object have an agent attached to them. And that is it for the basics of positioning. Now, what if we want to do positioning in multiple steps? Like, what if we wanted to do a random positioning and a formation positioning all at the same time? Well, that's pretty easy. We can just add a random positioning node and connect that up, and we can add a formation positioning node and connect this up. Now, let's set this 25, 25, 5, 5, and another 25 and 25. Now, if we hit the generate button, we'll see that we have some in a formation and some random. So that is the intro to agent generation with CrowdMaster.